What's up guys, it's Instinct here, and today I'll be showing you guys how to make this FaZe render. If this tutorial helps you out, please make sure to hit the notification bell, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. With all that being said, let's jump right into this tutorial.
Let me fuck you right.
Alright, so what you guys want to do is you guys want to go to File and click Merge. Now you guys want to get your AI, so right here I have it named FaZe logo AI. Go ahead, double click on that. If you guys don't have the AI, you guys have to make it. If you guys don't know how to make it, drop a comment and I can definitely help you guys out with that. And if a lot of people don't know how to make AIs, I can make a tutorial on it. Alright, so once you have your AI, go ahead and just hold this button down, go ahead and click extrude and drag this AI, this spline onto the extrude. Now you're gonna notice that for me, my FaZe logo is all the way over here, but it may appear somewhere different for you. But anyways, there's a chance that this is gonna be like in the center, and your logo is gonna be somewhere different. So to fix this, to center this, go ahead and click this button here and click this button here. Make sure you're on the move tool, and put this into the center of the FaZe logo. So just like that. Then go ahead and click this button. Now you guys can control it from the center of the FaZe logo. It's just really annoying controlling it from the middle like how it was, so I usually just fix that just because it's really annoying. Alright, so once you guys have the FaZe logo, just put it in the center. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything. I'm gonna go with like that. Alright, so usually what I do is click on the extrude, and where it says object, crank this up to like 50 to 60, and then go to caps and go to fill cap. Check the other one, go to fill cap, and move this down to 1 centimeter, and also move this one down to 1 centimeter. Alright, so now once we have this all done, go ahead and I am going to be using the Moonrock material. This is a material in my Absolute Mayhem pack. I will leave a link in the description on how you guys can get that. I'm just going to note though that this material is not free, so you guys are going to have to pay to get this material I'm using. But go ahead, where it says projection, go ahead and make this cubic and go ahead and check seamless. Alright, so now we can move this up a little bit and then go ahead, take the rotation tool and give it a cool angle. So I think that is looking pretty cool, kind of like that. Yeah, that is actually a really nice angle. Alright, so go ahead and click this button here, go to landscape and check spherical. Go ahead and scale this down. Let's scale it down to about there. And just go ahead and move it back behind the render here, behind the FaZe logo. And just position it good, so like that, how it looks like the FaZe logo is in it. And hit Control Z, or Control C, Control V, and then bring this down and go ahead, bring it closer like that. And just basically keep doing this, Control C, Control V to copy the landscape here, and just keep moving around and just keep bringing it closer to where it looks like it's in the FaZe logo, kind of like that. Alright, so now you have this cool effect where the FaZe logo, or whatever you're using for this tutorial, is stuck in the rock here. Now for this, I'm going to be using FaZe G2. Now this is FaZe's material pack. The good news is this material pack is completely free, and I will link this material pack in the description below as well. So go ahead, drag the material onto landscape. Go ahead, click the material, and do the same thing. Go ahead, check cubic and seamless. Alright, so now once you have it on one landscape, you can hold Control and click and drag it up. And this is just a shortcut for duplicating the material. It's just a faster way to apply the material onto the other landscapes. Alright, so now you can kind of see that this little these boxes right here are on it. If you get that, go ahead and actually either what you can do is just move the material kind of like that, or I'm selected on the, oops, hold up. Alright, click the top material, go ahead, hold shift, click the bottom material. This will select all the materials. And now when you do that, it should move all the materials. But it is not moving that. So what you can do is go ahead and put this as spherical, and that should fix it. So go ahead and click this button right here to pre-render it, and it will start to render it out. Alright, so this is what our render is looking like. Now, I really do like everything except for this bottom left landscape. It just kind of looks out of place, so I'm going to move it up to like blend it in with the other landscapes here. So I believe it is this one. And just go ahead, kind of move it like that, you know what I mean? So it blends in. You can also rotate them around to help blend them in, kind of like, let's go with that. Now I'm going to hold this button, this one down, and go ahead, select render region, and this will just basically allow you to render just a specific part of the render if you guys don't want to render the entire thing out to pre-render it. So that is blending a little bit better. Now I'm just going to leave at this just because I'm doing a tutorial, so I'm not going to make it absolutely perfect. Now what you guys want to do next is, there's two ways to do this. You guys can use the plugin Reaper X or Reaper 2.0 or Umami. These are tentacle or rope spline type things. So I'm going to be using Umami for this one. So go ahead, plugins, and go to Umami. Now what you guys can do is, once you have your Umami, go ahead and click this button, hold this down, go ahead, click circle. Oh, by the way, if you guys don't have Umami, I have a link in the description on how you guys can get Umami, so go ahead and definitely check that out, because you guys might not have Umami. So once you have your circle, go ahead and click the scale tool and scale the circle down, and once it's pretty small, go ahead and go to mesh on Umami. Go ahead and click Umami mesh and drag the circle into mesh. Now this is still too big, so what you guys can do is go back to the circle and keep scaling it down more, and it'll make it smaller. So kind of like that. So I think that looks pretty good. And also what you guys can do is go ahead, click Umami, and go to Spline, and you guys can kind of change the rotation of the Umami. You guys can get some cool effects. So like kind of like that looks pretty nice, and just go ahead and move this back kind of like that. But also what you guys can do is go to Umami and go back to spline, and you guys can also increase the number of segments, so you guys can make the splines longer, or you guys can increase the number of splines, so like have more splines there. So I think I'm gonna go with 10. 10 looks nice. And you guys can rotate this around. So and kind of go with that. Generally speaking, I don't really like having Umami, like this line, poke through the logo. I usually like having it kind of coming like out through, like, you know what I mean? Kind of like this. And also what you guys can do is you guys can either do that again, or you guys can copy the Umami, Control C, Control V on the Umami, and just do it again. So add more splines. So kind of like that maybe. Again, and notice how I'm not really having it come through the logo. It's kind of coming through on the side, but I kind of like how that looks. But you guys can add as much splines as you want. This is definitely enough for me, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a material onto the spline. I'm going to be using the same material, this FaZe one again. And go ahead, click cubic and seamless this time. Also, I guess I'll use Moonrock as well, so one with each. Cubic and seamless. So you get like this variety. Alright, this is actually looking really nice. So one extra thing you guys can do is Control C, Control V on the the extrude here, always click no. And you guys are going to need a plugin called Nitro Blast. I'll leave it link in the description to Reaper, Umami, and Nitro Blast. And I'll also leave the material packs I used for this video in the description. So everything you guys need is in the description. Nitro Blast main. I'm going to set this to 50. And click fracture. So once it is done fracturing, you're going to notice that this has changed to this. Go ahead and close this out. You don't really need this anymore. And I always, actually, before you delete this, replace the yellow material before you delete this one. So I'm gonna use Moon Rock, so just replace the yellow one. Now you can delete these. Get them out of here. Alright, go ahead and click on this Nitro Blast and click these. Actually, you need to make the fracture. So to do that, go ahead and click MoGraph and go ahead and click fracture. And now you can click this button and drag all these pieces into the fracture. To do this, click the top one, scroll down, hold shift, the bottom one, select all of them. And you can just drag all of these into the fracture layer here. So click the fracture layer, make sure you're actually selected on it like this, to where it is like this. And go ahead, click MoGraph, click Effector, and then scroll down to see random, click on random, and it will give you these random, basically explode it. And now you can drag the opacity, or the strength, down to like 10%, and it will give like a cool little exploding effect. Now, to pre-render this, go ahead and click this button again, and it'll start to render. Alright guys, so it has finished rendering, and it took about 3 minutes to render, to preview render anyways, and this is what it is looking like. I really like the crack effect, like the Nitro Blast, and also the splines are positioned really nice. Overall, this looks really nice to me. So the only problem I do have is that it is too bright in the center here, but I usually just fix the color correction in Photoshop. And also, I have a video on how to improve the quality of your renders, so if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description of that as well. So that is pretty much it for the tutorial. Now, to render this out, go ahead and click this icon with the gears here. Go ahead and click save, and just rename this whatever you want. So I'm just gonna write FaZe render tutorial. And then go ahead and close this out, and go ahead and click this button and it'll start to render. Now actually, when you save it, go ahead and click these 3 little dots and choose wherever you want to save it. Now I have always saving to this folder here, which is just all my renders. So like I said, I named it FaZe render tutorial. Go ahead and basically just choose wherever you want to save it. Click save. Like I said, I always have it go to my renders folder, and go ahead and click render. We'll start to render and you guys are finished. So thank you for watching this video guys. Please make sure to drop a comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow guys. Peace.